Hello, moi, ciao. My name is Jana. You're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode 109, I'm pretty sure, 109. I'm here today on this beautiful sunny Friday, surrounded by my emotional support animals. Here is Clucky, Cluck Norris, my emotional support chicken. There is Franny, my emotional support frog. It's been a week. It's been a week. But I'm here, all is well, and we will be talking about knitting. How have you been? I hope you've been better than me. You can find me on Instagram, @SkettoKnits, and on Ravelry, @SkettoKnits, and on Ko-fi and Patreon. Patreon, yes, as Finnish Knitting Stories. Let's dive in. Let's dive in into knitting. So what have I done this week? I have one finished object. I do. And I have one new cast on, obviously. I think nobody is surprised about that, but okay. Let's put Clucky there. Clucky will be observing us, and let's talk about knitting. What I'm wearing today? Are you interested? You always are interested, right? I'm wearing a knit because I wasn't wearing a knit, but then I grabbed one because it felt a bit chilly inside. I'm wearing my Viimeinen shawl by sisters from Ohjelma. It's a Finnish knitting podcast. It's in Finnish only. So, but if you speak Finnish, you probably know them. And I knit it a couple of years ago for just before Jyväskylä Knit Fest, and then we took pictures there together, and it's my fancy shawl. I wear it when I want to feel very ladylike and gentle, and I don't know, there is something. It's my, I think, only one fully lace shawl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my only lace shawl like that. And it's very, very fancy. It's in my own hand dyed in merino singles. There are two different colors. The main lace is in one, and then the border is in another color. And if you look very, very closely, you can see little beads. Okay, my bead choice was not the most successful, but I chose matte Japanese beads, seed beads, and that's why you can barely see them there, but they are there. But they are very textural, and it was very interesting to knit with beads. And I think I wanna someday far, far away in another galaxy, in the future, I wanna knit one of those crazy sweaters with beads, you know, the one that has all sorts of mishmash of beads. Because I used to make jewelry a lot for many years, and I have quite a stash. And I also collect vintage beads. Used to, not anymore. Try not to. And then all kind of just have a drawer full of random beads, and I thought it would be cool to put them on a sweater. But now I'm digressing away from this beautiful, beautiful shawl. I think it goes very well with this dress that I was wearing today, during the day. It's a linen dress by Nanso, which is a Finnish brand. Unfortunately, it's not made in Finland. I would love it to be, but it's not, but it's still made in Europe. But it's a lovely dress. And designed by Kieto earrings that go very well with this dress, once again. And they are all in this lovely, lovely blue color. And I always say that I'm not friends with blue, and somehow blue things keep sneaking into my wardrobe. Somehow. I don't know how does that happen, but it happens. But I've been told that this like purple, like violet blue goes well with my green eyes. So I trust people. And yeah, person who's not a blue lover is sitting here all dressed in blue. Okay, so that was shortly about my outfit today. I feel very elegant. I was wearing sneakers with this dress, just white pair of Adidas sneakers, and yeah, makes it a bit less elegant, but very comfy. I don't do heels anymore, and I just love comfort over the looks. But Okay, now let's get to knitting content, the actual knitting content. But this was lovely as well. And my first and only, one and only finished object. You probably can guess what it is, right? I finished my Umma Cape by Egyo Knit. A couple of times I have said Egyo Knits, but it's knit. There is no S at the end, so I apologize for the confusion before. And it's lovely. It's lovely. It's finished. It's even blocked. Oh no, I got the wrinkle. I folded it to put it on a scale because I wanted to know how much yarn this thing ate. The weather is a bit warm for it, but maybe in the evenings. I'm sorry, the dog is barking for some reason. There's probably a bug inside or some kind of, yeah. she barks at big insects. Okay, but or maybe in the mornings would still be lovely. It's a great piece. It's a beautiful pattern, very well designed. The way it was written out was a bit unusual to me. Not the way I prefer it, but that was all right. That was all right. Nothing was wrong with the pattern. It was just written in a different style than what I'm used to, probably. Yeah. And it's a cape. If you're new here, you're wondering, what are you talking about, woman? It's a cape. It's a cape. It's orange. It's very long. Mine goes below the knee, well below the knee. I will try in the evening go outside and take some kind of footage outside when it gets a bit cooler. When my husband is back also. He's not here, but I need my husband to take a footage. But I will. You will see it somewhere. Either here, now, or at the end. Probably. But it's beautiful. It turned out so incredibly well. Check, it gets more narrow on the bottom, so you do not have an excessive amount of fabric on the bottom, which was very cleverly made. Then it has these... What does it do? What does it do? What did I do? Guess what I do? I messed up the sleeves. I just realized, I was wondering... I messed up. I need to take it out and redo it. Oh no, I'm a silly goose. I was working on it while not feeling well, and now I realized I messed up. I was wondering, why do my sleeves look like this? Because I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Oh no. I'll be redoing the sleeves, but I will show it to you anyways, because it can happen. It can happen, even to people who have been knitting for over 30 years. It still can happen. Yeah, the sleeve is not supposed to look like that. The ribbing is supposed to go till, I think, till here. It's like you pick it up and you do the... No, I messed up the sleeves. I was wondering that I finished them so quickly and they were looking a bit funny, and should I just leave it? Here is this detail. It actually looks pretty alright on, and the ribbing was supposed to go all around here, and then there was like a little triangle peeking from under the ribbing. I'll insert the designer's picture here. And I'm a silly goose. I don't know why I did that. I was unwell. I was very, very unwell when I did the sleeves, and that explains everything. Yeah, but at least they are matching. So, should I rip it out or should I leave it? The idea was that the ribbing would go like in a triangular shape all around, and anyways, I feel very silly right now. Well, but we're here to share. We share our successes, we share our failures. I'm more than happy to share my failure. I don't even feel bad about it because, okay, I messed up. We're all human poo-poo. I feel really stupid right now. But that's okay. That's absolutely okay, because It still looks nice. You would have never known if I would not have told you that I messed up the sleeves. except people who have knitted. Vivian, hi. Did you notice I messed up the sleeves? And I have showed it before and I did not notice. I blocked it and I didn't notice up until now that something is not right. I was blocking and yes, when I was blocking it, I was thinking, why does the sleeve feels a bit funny? But maybe because I held yarn double on the bind off here, on all bind offs. The yarn is Nutiden, held single, one strand of Nutiden in color Svavel Tikka. And it was in in an update last autumn. I can't remember which month. I could probably tell you from. No, yeah, doesn't matter. So, booger. Let me know in the comments. Should I rip them out and redo them properly, or should I just let it be? It looks a bit silly here because this triangle in the ribbing was supposed to be hidden. I don't know how I did that. No, anyways, it's a lovely, beautiful cape. It matches my car because yes, I have an orange car. What else would you expect from a person like me? Not gray. We have had a gray car. Wasn't my thing. And yeah, the weight of it is a bit under 400 grams. And I had 500 grams of this yarn, so I have one full plate left for some other nice project. And the size I knit, I don't know. I don't know what size I knit, but I have my notes here. I have my notebook here. Let me check. I'm still using this notebook that I started last year. I've been using it a lot. I've used a third of it already. It was size 2. I did the size 2 because my gauge was not matching. Yes, and it took me, I started it in the beginning of February and I finished it end of May, so February, March, April, yeah, over 3 months to make it. So was not a quick knit. But it is a lot of knitting and it was knitted and held single, so 3 months. But I really love it, and you will see it later when I'm twirling in it. And then I need to decide what to do with the sleeves. I have yarn to fix them, so that's not a problem. And I think I can still frog and knit it. I have frog knitted in. That's also not a problem. You just need to be very, very careful. But yeah, I was so happy about finishing it, and now I messed up. Oh well, it's just life, and it's just knitting. There are worse things you can mess up. Knitting is all right. Doesn't matter. Not even upset. I just don't understand how I didn't notice it earlier. But okay, I was unwell. Let's let's blame that. That was my sick brain. Okay, whips. I have 2 whips that I want to show you today. 2 active whips. One is my summer cardigan. Psst, the second one is also my summer cardigan. But about that in a minute. Helix. I have a lot of yarn balls attached to it because lovely bag by Bertie and Poppet. My beautiful summer bag with chickens and greenhouse and and a lovely ice cream. I think that's ice cream on a table, and Helix cardigan. You can see I finished the body, and I've done the bind off. I still have yarn attached to it, and there is a stitch marker holding that last stitch. I have tried it on, and I like the fit at the moment. But as you know, sleeves, adding the sleeves can often change the fit. It can raise it or drop it or like put it in the right place where it needs to be on your body. And dog is doing something. I think she's hunting something in the living room. Jackie? Okay. I did the bottom ribbing a bit shorter than the pattern says. I think I did 13 centimeters instead of 15, so 2 centimeters less, or maybe 3 centimeters less. I'm not really sure because I tried it on and I didn't want it any longer. In a pattern, that bottom ribbing would have been even longer according to pattern. And I decided to just leave it at that, but I have not cut the yarn, and once I add the sleeves, I'm on the first sleeve and I'm magic looping them because these sleeves are too narrow to be knit on a 40 centimeter circulars, which is my preferred way, but this is a more fitted sleeve, so I'm magic looping. It's taking me forever. I have done a tiny bit of a sleeve and they will be 3/4 sleeves. So after I'm done with the sleeves, I will try it on again and then I decide, do I need to do something with the length? But right now it is very, very cropped. And I'm knitting size, I want to say 6, because it has a very wide size range. So mine falls somewhere in the middle. I think there were maybe 14 sizes in total. But yes, I've been very, very slowly working on a sleeve. Raise your hand if you also deeply dislike knitting the sleeves. I would rather do something else, like anything, pretty much. Like, I think the sleeves are my least favorite part in all the knitting, somehow. And I can't explain why, because it's basically like a long sock. Or, yeah. I think I don't mind when I can do them on a 40 centimeter circular. And I do mind when I need to loop. But okay, we will get through it slowly, bite by bite. And then I've been already looking at my button stash to find suitable buttons because it's still missing the button bands. There is a ribbing on top, but it will have two ribbed button bands. And yeah, I think that's all that I want to tell you about it today. And we will move to the next one because I do have a new cast on. Because, you know, I bound one off and then I decided, okay, let's go to my... there is a dresser in a corner. You have seen it in my like whip special episode, covered with project bags. And I went there and I was like, let's pick a project from there, something old. And nothing was talking to me. I was listening very carefully and none of the projects they weren't shouting my name. They weren't speaking to me. They are so upset I haven't picked them up that nobody's talking to me. And I was like, all right, then I will just cast on something new. Do you also talk to your projects, or do you listen to your projects? Yes, mine were not talking, so I cast on something new because why wouldn't I? And I was watching... Whom was I watching? I was watching Amanda, sweet skein of mine. Canadian yarn dyer and knitter, lovely, lovely lady. And she recently made a boucle cardigan. And I was at work and I was doing something and the podcast was running in the background and I was like, hold the phone. Drop everything. What? Look at that. And she knit this relaxed, lovely boucle cardigan in her own hand-dyed yarn. And I was like, oh, I need that. I need that in my life. And I cast it on. Do you recognize the baggie? The Miss Marple baggie that was sent to me. I showed it to you. Was it last week or one before? One before, I think. Anyways. By a lovely friend of this podcast. Hi, Hillary. And thank you once again. So, I cast on a boucle cardigan because I have a story. I have a story. I went to my wardrobe one morning when it was quite warm. And I could not find a cardigan I wanted to wear. this morning. It was kind of like the day was supposed to be warm, but morning was a bit chilly, and I felt in the morning I need a cardigan over my dress. And I have a lot of, not a lot, I have like 3 short cardigans and 4th one coming. Like very, not rather short cardigans that I usually wear over my dresses, and I wanted something longer and cozier. And my only long cardigan is a very, very warm cardigan with all the cables, and that's too warm for this weather. And I was like, alrighty, I need to knit myself some kind of cardigan. I ended up wearing a linen coat, like a heavyweight linen coat that I have. I love that thing. It's also lovely, but sometimes you want something cozy and knit. And okay, are you ready to see it? Or should I tell you about the pattern first? I had a call. Somebody was calling and... Okay, never mind. I will tell you about the pattern first that I chose. I spent 2 evenings on Ravelry looking through my pattern library because I have added all the books and magazines that I have to Ravelry library. You can do that. And then when you search your library, it will show also all the patterns that you have in print, like on your bookshelf. So I was just going through all the patterns, and then I chose the pattern from Aligna magazine number 16. I have had it in my favorites. It's called Badana by Rosa Pomar. Normal person would have put a bookmark there, but yes, there it is. That kind of relaxed cardigan. Then I picked my yarn. I made a tiny swatch because I decided I want to hold boucle double. I didn't meet the gauge even close. I was like mile away, but it's all right. I still want to knit this pattern. And I started with my own math. I'm now knitting the smallest size, because my gauge is way off. And I still ended up doing a lot of math because the pattern is written in rows and not in centimeters or inches. And I really, really dislike that. So it just added more work to me. Shout out to all the designers. If you want to write the pattern in rows, just give us a little schematic with dimensions of different parts of the garment. It will help tremendously because I don't know, does your row gauge ever match? Mine does not. Raise your hand once again if you can never get a row gauge. I can get a stitch gauge in most of the cases, and if I don't, I'm not bothered about it. And row gauge, it's also very tricky, especially if the pattern is written like it says knit for 10 rows, but if your row gauge is different, it will be shorter or longer. And I probably get row gauge 1 time out of 10. I'm a loose knitter and I can't help it. And I don't want to knit on a teeny tiny stick needles and then have a very tight knit fabric. So I need to make all kind of adjustments. Okay, now I will just finally show you what I started, what I have. I started with the back and I've already picked up one of the front panels. You saw it's not a raglan, it's not a round yoke, it's that a dropped shoulder construction. Well, it's a teddy bear on acid. And I love it. I love it. It's so me. I'm holding yarn double. That's why it looks very, very busy and more sprinkled, because in a cake it's a white yarn with a bit of speckles, but when you hold it double, the speckles hit a different places. And yeah, I love this bag because I can have 2 cakes there just like this. I open it and then I knit from it. And I'm knitting on huge needles. I'm knitting on 8mm needles. I started it last night, by the way. I was upset I couldn't sleep. Yeah, my husband wasn't feeling well, and anyway, I started a cardigan last night. This is the back, and there I have picked up the little front bit, And I'm doing my own measurements. I'm checking and trying, and oh no, I just lost all the stitches because the holder open. Booger. And I'll do it later. That's not gonna go anywhere. But yeah. What do you think about my summer cardigan? It's gonna be crazy. I looked at the pattern that Amanda knit and I like the fit. This one I think will have like a similar relaxed fit. She knit something by Caitlin Hunter, I think. But it was bottom up and I was like, that's not gonna happen. I am not knitting a bottom up cardigan because I want to be able to try it on, not to be surprised, like does it fit or not. So I'm knitting something top down. Even if I don't hit the gauge, don't meet the gauge, it doesn't matter. I can do math. I don't hate math and math doesn't hate me, so we're all right. Okay, so that's my newest cast on. It's so squishy. It's so squishy. I've been in love with boucle yarn lately because if you remember, I knit a very long beige boucle dress and I've been living in that thing up until the weather warmed up, and now I'm craving something else. I have a sweater for summer in boucle, but it's a bit hard when like you need to take it off. But cardigan would be a more versatile piece because you can just throw it on, take it off, and yeah. So this is my special summer knit. Look at the colors, all the neon speckles, because you know the crazy neon lady. I love my neons, and not only in summer, but especially in summer, you know. Okay, what else? Knitting wise, nothing else, because I have not had too much knitting time this week, and that's all what I have managed. Word of the day. I was thinking, what if we do shawl as a word of the day? Because I'm wearing one, and it's lovely. So in Finnish, that would be huivi. And it's for everything. It's for scarves, it's for shawls, like you can call anything huivi. And in Latvian, if it's triangular shawl like this, it's called lakats. And actually word shalle, which sounds very similar to shawl, refers to the scarf. Sometimes some people use it for a shawl as well, but mostly for a long scarf. So huivi, and let's do lakats and shawl leopard. So that's the word of the day. Very practical. We're learning our accessories. What else has happened this week? Happy Mail has happened this week, and not one but 2 packages. I've been spoiled rotten. I've been very touched this week because I received 2 beautiful packages from 2 lovely ladies, one from the UK, one from the Netherlands, and I want to brag about them because they both created something for me with their hands, and I want to say big thank you and share with you what I got. And let's start with the first one. The first one that arrived first. Emily, lovely Emily from Mossy Makes, made a special project bag for me. First of all, lovely card. I love my foxes. Lovely card. And I collect all the cards that I get. I have a box. I have a special box. She made me a project bag, and it's a special project bag because it's inspired by imagined landscapes, gnomes, and you know I love my gnomes. There is one. It's a gnome bag, and it's an autumnal gnome bag. It will definitely host all my lovely cozy autumn creations. It's such a cute fabric, and I love this, like a 3D, like woolly bottom, and the lining is awesome. You know I'm obsessed with good lining, and it says handmade by Emily and Sarah. There. So thank you so much, lovely ladies. And there was a mini version included. Guess whose bag is this? This is Sophia's bag. You can actually, yeah, it's double-sided. Other side is the same gnomes, and Sophia has been over the moon with it because she's my little mini-me. She wants everything that I have, and we're now a family of gnome bags. Super cute. And Bruno got stickers. He loves them because he doesn't need a bag. But yay. So the little one has a bag and I have a bag. Thank you so much, Emily and Sarah, if Sarah was involved. So that was a lovely surprise, and I'm feeling very, very spoiled. And then the second package that arrived. It arrived already a couple of days ago, but I only got the chance to open it this morning because it's been insane around here. It arrived from Ivana from Knitting Inden, knitting podcast here on YouTube. She has a podcast both in Dutch and in English, and she's also on Instagram. And hi, Ivana. She's lovely. I actually watch her, and she made me a bag as well. But I will start with a card. This is by lovely, lovely artist whose advent, you know, the house with animals that we put together, by the same artist, by Esther. And yeah, there's a lovely card. No foxes, but there's a doggy. Also yay. Dogs and foxes. And she made me a bag, type of a bag that I have wanted for quite a while. And I can't sew. I probably can, but I'm not really, I don't have a confidence. And I have always wanted this kind of bag with all sorts of beautiful fabrics. And she made me one, and there is even my name on it. How cool is that? Again, fun, beautiful lining. Everything is scrappy. You know I love scrappy. Scrappy everything. Sewn, knit, crocheted, and this is so much fun. Like garden inspired, definitely garden inspired. And Ali from this no, which one is her? Little Drops of Wonderful? This Little Wonderful Life. Anyway, Ali in the UK, she has this dodgy bag, Mal, and every year I say, "Ooh, I'm gonna join, I'm gonna try," and I don't have a confidence. I would rather knit a bag probably than sew a bag, but this is lovely. This fulfills my craving for a beautiful scrappy bag. So thank you, Ivana. There were many other things in the package, but my family has already got to it, and I spotted waffles. I spotted Dutch waffles, and Franny got the wooden shoes. We haven't tried them on yet, but she's right there. They will definitely fit. They will definitely fit Franny. I will take them off keychain, and Franny will get wooden shoes. Yes, definitely. That's so funny. There were many other lovely things in the box. There's an empty box besides me because my family got to it already. So thank you so much, Ivana, and it was a lovely surprise. And your package will be on the way soon because we're doing a swap with her. Yes, yarn is still drying. I've been back at work dyeing yarn, and okay. let's go to Knit and Chat and talk about yarn. What could I knit on? I don't know. On both of my knitting projects, I need to count rows, so it doesn't really work right now because... Ooh, one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. We can do it it is a part of a Knit and Chat. I never talk about any books here, but I do read books, not as often as I would like to. And sometimes I listen to books, but And the books I read are mostly about topics you're probably not interested in, absolutely, because I rarely read books for entertainment, unfortunately. But when this book came out, there's not much reading in this book. It's mostly like for fun and for self-confidence and for inspiration. It's by Anna. There's her Instagram handle, and I call her the best and most badass motivational speaker. She's my type of gal, definitely. And I have learned so much from her. She has taught me things, and when the book came out, I was like, when can we get it in Europe? Because she's, I think, in the United States. Pretty sure, yeah. And I was like, I'm getting it. And when it was available, I ordered it. If you're not familiar with Anna, go check her reels. She's famous for doing silly things, my brand of silly, and shouting at you in a very, very cute voice. And there is also Fran. There is Franny. She has a sticker. She's holding a sticker from a book because that's a signature phrase. It says, "Keep it up, cutie." And yes, Franny is telling you to keep it up, cutie. I had a rough week. As you probably can't tell because I'm good. I'm all right, but it wasn't easy to get through this week. My husband wasn't well for a moment, and I was still feeling out of breath most of the time, and I had all the household things and kid things fall on me, and I was just exhausted every night. And I've been in bed like at a bit past 9 every night, except last night I couldn't sleep. I had still laundry going, and then I cast on a cardigan. And I think last night was a full moon because I could not get any sleep last night, even when I was in bed. And I keep this on my nightstand. And sometimes in the morning I just open it and check something for the day. It's not like a reading book, so let's just open it randomly and see what it says. Bad day reminder. Okay. Not having a bad day today, but could have used that yesterday. Remember that you're the only person that you have control over, so don't use your brain energy and space on ding-dongs. So I can sign under that, definitely. Great advice. This whole book is just great advice. It's not much of a reading, but it's a lot of inspiration. And yeah, main thing, I totally agree with Anna on something that, on this one, I agree on many things, but this one thing I think is my favorite thing is like, don't be a shitty person and try to have some fun. So we all should live by that, right? See, if you're intrigued, I'll link her Instagram down below so you can also go and watch some motivational reels. They always make me feel better, and I make my husband watch them sometimes as well, because we're a generation of people that don't take too good care of themselves, unfortunately, and we need to learn that. We actually need to be taught. So we teach each other. Yes, last week when I was very unwell, my husband was telling me to stay still on a sofa and do not move, and I obliged. But this week has been better. I've been at work actually every day. Every day I've been at work and having full days, and because I'm preparing for another yarn event that will take place next month in Porvoo. There is Garn Fest Porvoo. If you don't know yet about it, you can look it up. There should be info on Instagram also. Yeah, and it's organized by Wool that has a dye studio in Porvoo, Finnish yarn dyer. So there will be a small happening, and I will be there next month. I'm getting ready for that. Yes, and then there's a bigger happening month after that in July, but we will talk about that later. Okay, so what else? The weather has been excellent. I've been trying to spend some time outside every single day, trying to walk or do something in the garden, or at least have my morning coffee on a porch. I have promised myself to have a morning coffee on a porch every day, except today. Today will have to be evening coffee after this because I did not have time in the morning. But yeah, So, what else? I've been trying to take better care of myself and get well, because seriously, I feel like my lungs are still not 100%, and moving is hard, and breathing sometimes is hard, and I should probably go get it checked, but I don't know when. And if you're not dying, once again, you can only go to private doctor, which costs a lot of money here. In public, they really won't take you if you're fine, and I think I'm fine. What else? I've been thinking about some summer knits, but somehow nothing is on my mind. I have one summer top that's in my whip pile. I should probably work on that. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be knitting any new summer tops this year. Probably not, because I have a few that I have, I think, 3 or 4, maybe more summer tops. Some I wear a lot, some I don't wear at all. By the way, we could have a maybe I could talk about them sometime, about my summer knits. That would be a nice topic. And then there's another video that I have promised you, and it's coming. I have scheduled recording it. We will see how it goes, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else for this moment, so I'm gonna say my goodbyes, and I'm gonna let you go and enjoy your weekend, or whenever you're watching this, your week. But I know a lot of you watch it on a weekend, and yeah, I'm planning to have a semi-working, semi-gardening, and a bit of knitting weekend. I'm obsessed with that book, like cardigan, and I think that's what I'm going to be working on. Maybe a teeny bit on those sleeves as well. I promise I will work on those sleeves, that it won't become neglected. Okay, but now I'm gonna go traditionally for a cup of coffee on the porch. I will call my husband if he's coming. I will wait for him. And yeah, I'm wishing you all a lovely weekend or week ahead, and take care and knit and enjoy some outdoors time, even if you just peek your nose outside of the window. That also counts. And I will see you next week. Heippa!